Josh.
No, not Jeremy. Oh, okay, I thought because you said Jeremy and Bobo, so I was thinking Jeremy had a.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I was confused, but
That's
I was
okay.
saying wrong names.
No, it's okay. So Josh and Bobo.
Josh and Jay.
We're gonna go to Hawaii.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not Jeremy. Okay.
No. Josh and Jay were going to go to Hawaii to refab a kitchen or a house or something. I don't know. Anyway, that kind of fell through, but I had been coming down here anyway and just like couch surfing and
I think I'd even met you during that time too, actually, to be honest. While you were
and then I just I was actually living at my buddy's dad's place.
Oh.
In the band room. And for a few months, or a couple of months actually. They were really nice and gave me a spot to stay while I was figuring things out. And anyway, so then I was like, man, while I was spending this much here, I could spend the same amount, actually even less, and be a 10-minute walk from the sand. I'm here.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
Like,
nice.
Done. So, yeah, that's when I moved down here.
Now, I know that you have a child and you have an ex-wife. Did you meet your wife out here, or because I know she's from out there?
We met.
So did you guys both? Did you both come out here together?
No, we came out here separately, actually.
And then re-met out here?
Yeah.
Oh, no way! That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's a whole story.
Well, that's kind of why we're getting annoyed here. It's kind of the point of this thing is us getting this story. But we don't need to dive too much into it. But to get to the point, so you and your ex-wife actually grew up in the same area, because I know she grew up with Freddie.
We met out there.
But then you reconnected, both living out here separately, not knowing each other, lived here originally?
Well...
Or was she influenced and moved out here knowing you were here?
I don't even want to get into that. What I will say is that we met and got married in the Inland Empire, and then we both wound up.
Okay, well that just changes everything. So don't worry about it. Okay, that already answers the question. So you did. Okay, you're already some sort of something before you moved down here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. We can dive into that one another. We'll get Dr. Phil to dive in on that one later on a different night or something. That's fine. So okay, so you guys, so then you're in here and you're a pool man. You created your own company, kind of, but you were kind of telling me earlier, you kind of worked for another company first and then kind of moved into that.
Well, I had been doing pools. I have been cleaning pools for the better part of my working time. I've done other things in between, but what I know is how to service a pool.
Well, not just let's not gloss over. It's not just that you also worked for a company and then left it and started your own business. Oh, so you're also a small business owner.
Oh, when I moved here, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. You know pools, but I want to just give you more props to say you're not just a pool guy. You actually left that, like we were talking about earlier, and you started your own company, started your own thing, which really makes you a small business owner also.
Yeah, I'm self-employed.
You're self-employed, 100%. So, I mean, it's different than just saying, hey, you're a pool guy. You completely started your own business and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure to clarify that a little bit.
You.
Yeah, well, there's a big difference to saying I work just in the machine versus I own my own thing and I'm doing my own thing. I may be doing the machine, but I own it. It's all mine. So, that's a compliment to it, because we can't gloss over that you are a small business owner, and that's really what that is.
Yeah.
You may not have a storefront. You're selling yourself as the product, but
I got a customer today, in fact. It felt really good.
That is an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And as a guy in sales, because let's not forget, you are part in sales too. Because every time you knock on a door and say, you're selling Rusty, which is, I always tell people, I'm like, if you're in sales, you're really selling yourself. It doesn't really matter what it is, because if I don't like Rusty, it doesn't matter what he has with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to deal with this guy. For most people, maybe the product could be so amazing that you have to deal with an asshole. But for the most part, people don't want to deal with it unless that they like the person, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
so and check this out. I got it wearing this shirt right here.
Okay. Okay.
Is that great?
But to be fair, this is the
dirty sleeves.
This is I think because you were telling me offline earlier. This is also somebody that's pretty close to one of your existing accounts, and I'm assuming they probably already talked about you.
Oh, they might have.
And he's you probably have been given like some sort of maybe a little approval.
A good deal.
Where the shirt really doesn't matter at that point because he already knows that this.
Well, they know when they see the snake and the Gadsden flag on the side of my truck.
No,
they pretty much know when they're walking up.
I think you're being a little too naive to think that everybody is smart enough to understand stuff.
Do you know what the Gadsden flag is?
I have a good understanding of what it can be used for, and I can't get to it, but yeah, I definitely know what it is on a political side, but I don't think most people do.
Really?
No, dude, are you kidding me?
Do you think that
most people? We just talked about this earlier. Most people are just looking at screens, looking at no. I mean, dude. Well, even simple geography, people don't know. Simple like.
Like, what do you mean by that?
I mean, dude, there's man. I mean, man, what did I see? What did I see the other day? It was just
people don't know where things are at.
People use GPS for everything nowadays, so no one knows where anything is anymore. Actually, to be honest, nobody does.
It's been cool that I've been showing Sadie when we see different. Where is this place at? We'll go around the globe. I'm like, look, come over here, and you go across. Look, this is this, and this is this, and here it is. Do you see where it says that?
Well, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, but I grew up using Thomas guides because I've always driven, so it's like So I mean,
too.
I actually am very good. Maps are good, actually good in my head. But I mean, this is a funny one, but it's more a funny one. But so it's not really fair to like hold people on it. But like everybody was talking about when Kansas City, which I'm not a big sports guy, but I knew that Kansas City won it, and most people
is what you're gonna get.
Well, I wasn't even going to go to Trump thing. I was just saying most people are ignorant of the fact that Kansas City is not actually in Kansas. It's in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The stadium is not in the state they think it is.
Right.
And I mean, I'm just saying it's not fair of me to say that necessarily because I think a lot of people.
That's an easy mistake to make.
And that's kind of what that's kind of what I was saying. But it is funny though because you do see people though dive in head first on arguments and stuff like that, and you're like, dude, you're not.
I used to be that dude.
And that's what I mean. So, but that, like I said, to be fair, that was even a fair one. But I did see people. I laughed so hard. I saw a post making fun of somebody saying that it was in Missouri, and the person was going, "Dude, are they an idiot, dude? Everyone knows it's in Kansas City. It's in Kansas." And I read it, and that's where I was like, dude, like, it's not in Kansas City.
Right.
It's not in Kansas, though. Like,
it's not in Kansas.
But you just locked yourself into that now, and I'm like, dude, you just come off horrible. That's kind of what I meant. But I mean, I totally get them getting confused on it, but then they doubled down on it, and you're like, oh, dude, come on.
All right, you don't need to pound stupidity into the ground.
I mean, but no, like, I've watched stuff on YouTube of, like, of a lot of basic, well, I guess it's not basic anymore. It's just stuff that we grew up kind of knowing that was easy to use to understand, like Thomas guides, for instance. That is just become a dead art that people now dependent on so much things that they just don't know
how to do it,
or necessarily like you said, the why of it, because they just don't care. Mm-hmm. I mean, like to be fair, most people don't care how a cell phone's made. They just want to use it. You know what I mean? They don't care what that snake represents. They just
I don't know what the cell phone I wouldn't know how to make that.
I mean, I have a good idea because I've been in the cell phone industry for 15 years, and I've been to Motorola I've been to the factories and actually watched them.
I put together that computer
you know how to do a motherboard? You know how to do
I built that computer.
You know how to make a phone then. Well, let's not forget because I've watched the transition. I've watched the transition now.
I just put them together.
that's all phone is. Phone is just components put together. That phone is nothing more than components put together.
But I would never know how to make a component.
No, well, I'm not talking about making the component. I'm just saying taking the pieces and putting them together. That's what I meant about Motorola too. I've watched them take the pieces that are already manufactured and put it together. So
Okay.
I have a good idea of where the pieces all go. But even that, it's because I tell people all the time that phones are not phones anymore. They're just computers. And that's why I'm saying you're not. You
and
know
all
how
you
to
have
do.
to do
You
is
know how to do.
just like the boards say everything on it. Oh, I'm just going to connect that there.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it says it right there. That's where it goes. Does this connector have the same amount of pins? Oh, it does.
I 100%. I'm just getting my drink real quick.
Yeah.
I want to.
Here, let me grab some water.
I want to
quick.
dive into a question that
I really need some.
So I apologize, everybody. I know we are being rude and moving off the screen real fast. I have a subject. I know you have subjects.
Man, I really needed that water. My mouth was dry.
We kind of gave a little idea. You know what? Growing in the IE, I grew up in San Clemente. We kind of both ended up in the same place, and that's really what brought us together.
Yep.
I did have something that I think was on earlier topic of conversation.
What's that?
That I wanted to bring up because I already was kind of talking about this earlier, and I wanted to just kind of see your viewpoint on it, and I wanted to see where you stood with it. And I know you have other subjects, so I don't want to be one that's trying to hog it or like that. But like earlier,
I actually enjoyed
kind of where we've been going.
Yeah, well, okay. I enjoyed what you had to say because I wasn't totally familiar with all that history. Even though we've known each other for a while and I've heard bits and pieces, I had never heard like you tell.
I don't talk about my dad a lot, stuff like that. So no, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. But this is just because obviously we're kind of talking about like different topics of conversation. Our goal really is to kind of find common ground on different topics that maybe we disagree with. Or we already might agree on, but it's just kind of maybe giving other people perspective to find they might be opposing to what we both agreed on, and then maybe we can find common ground for everybody.
Hopefully, we'll all find some common ground.
That's the kind of goal here is that we want to go at this and really try to, like I said, find the middle area because we both know everybody is doubling down on each side so hard, man, that like. You go through social media and it's just like, dude, your friends on both sides have just become. I mean, I don't know. I probably look at it more than you do, but yeah, everybody's doubled down so much that you're just like, you listen to this person go, man, Trump's a fucking idiot, blah, blah, and the next person like, Bernie's fucking insane, blah, blah. You're literally going like this fucking, and the algorithm gets you caught in the system. But so what I wanted to go over is, I was reading something that somebody put on Facebook, and it really like. It really sparked something that I wanted to have a conversation with you about because I don't necessarily feel that you're against this, and I think we're going to find some good but I just want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
So somebody was talking about tonight was the I think it was New Hampshire's caucus.
Okay.
One of the Democrats.
Is this the one after Iowa?
Iowa, New Hampshire, I think it was the one tonight that just happened.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
And it might be, it's okay, and I apologize because I didn't get a chance to look at it tonight too, and I think it might be the Carolinas actually. But anyways, someone commented because they're anti the Democrats, they're very heavy to the Republican and conservative side. They're like one of my friends who's always about Trump, just puts, like, here's the loony left is out there talking, angry Bernie. And then another girl put underneath, this is the part I want to talk to you about. She instantly says, well, when I turn the channel on and I see Bernie, I instantly change it. And it really sparked in my mind that I'm like, we're never going to get anywhere if people won't listen to the person that they hate. It just as easily if that same person said, like, the second I see Trump, I change the channel. And I wanted to comment. I got over it and I was too tired, but I wanted to comment on the thing and go, I find that very ignorant because even though I'm against Trump in a lot of ways that he's gone for things that he's gone for, I still listen to what he says first to make an honest decision to kind of figure it out. You need to know both sides, and if you're not willing to listen to them, then you're literally naive about what's going on because anything that you say from that point on, you've heard from somebody else. Right. And things get manipulated and changed.
So that whole thing, so check this out, what you just said about what you've heard from somebody else. And so, you know how there's television programming?
Yes.
So they call it. There's a reason it's called programming, and they have news programming and things like that. So how
I understand what you're going with this, but I want to get you on this topic.
I
though.
know. So check this out. How I know when somebody gives me a programmed answer, it's when
Oh,
they
okay.
use-
I see where you're going with this. Okay.
It's when they use the exact phrase that's been given